So, welcome to our weekly session on mindfulness. So, we are learning this mindfulness from one of the greatest masters ever lived. 3,000 years from today, you can say that. He says no argument is required. He speaks straight, nothing to do with religion, cult, dogma, belief. We like it when someone says that, oh, no religion, no cult, dogma, belief. But what about our mind, deep inside? What are those impressions that we carried forward? So we need to purify the mind to reach to that state. So we started this journey with, master disciple asked 3 questions. How the knowledge is attained? How dispassion is attained? And how liberation is attained? These are the 3 questions pertaining to our meditation. So in the first verse, do you remember? Knowledge of the reality, 1, dispassion 2, and the third big question is freedom. Freedom from what? Freedom from the mind. So in the second verse, the master answers, if you want liberation, you have to get rid of the pleasure-seeking mind. Normally, what do we feel? No, it means we should go to the Himalayas, we should live in a solitude. No, everything remains as it is. What we need? We need to get rid of the pleasure-seeking mind. Let me sit in meditation and think of the pleasure outside. It will not work. The mind must go within. That is the message in the beginning this master gives. He says, Muktimicchasi chettat vishayan vishavatyaj. So what he is pointing? He is pointing that we cannot accumulate pleasures received from many objects. He is not saying that, we should leave anything, we should leave everything, and then we should control the mind. What he is saying that even can we experience the state of no mind where the object is not there in the mind? And when that is not there, then we can enter into that state of meditation. Then in the next verse he says that look at the world outside and you. I know you, I am not you. I know you, I am not you. I live in the house that is not me. I am different from the house. I am different from the world of objects, people, and relationship. Not only different, but I am separate. Intellectually, we understand when we close our eyes, that attachment goes inside. That prevents us to meditate. In order to reach to that state, we have to purify the mind. So this master further says, you have to apply a very simple understanding. We don't need an IQ. You know what is that IQ? IQ, you gather the information from outside, you multiply that information, and that helps you to raise your IQ. So, what we need, we have discussed before. We need Manisha. Manisha means the simple, pure intellect here and now. Answer a simple question. How long it takes you to reach to yourself? How long it takes you to reach to your house, David? I have to cover distance and the time. Maybe I can say 40 minutes. But when I ask this question, how long it takes me to reach to myself, where I am? Is there a distance and the time between me? No. I'm aware of myself. The moment I'm aware of myself as a pure consciousness, I live in the state of no mind. And that state of the no mind is mindfulness. That is why we say mindfulness means doing nothing, effortless and natural. Effortless and a natural state. And those who have not done the previous sessions, it will be little difficult for them. So today's is the 5th verse. The master is answering only the 3 questions. How the knowledge is attained. Knowledge of what? Knowledge of the reality. Knowledge of the my true nature. This is the disciple, the seeker is asking. How the freedom is attained. Mindfulness or meditation. The entire journey of Eastern wisdom takes us to the freedom from the mind. That is why it is the big question. And the 3rd question is how the dispassion is attained. So main question is freedom, liberation. So what happens when we attain that kind of a freedom? We experience permanent happiness, love, wisdom, truth. How long? 24/7. How long the pleasure remains? How long the pleasure remains? As long as I am in contact with an object. Eat anything. So as long as the tongue is in contact with that food, I get the pleasure. After that, the pleasure is gone. You accumulate 50 units of pleasure throughout the day. Pleasure is not there. Pleasure is short-lived. So because it is short-lived, the mind runs after the objects again. It wants to have the same kind of pleasure. That makes the mind outside. As long as the mind is living outside, it cannot attain peace and happiness, permanent peace and happiness. It doesn't mean that we should leave the things outside. It doesn't mean that we should stop eating. It simply means that the mind that is searching the pleasure in those objects should be withdrawn. So the 5th verse is, he says, Natum vipradiko varno nashrami nakshagocharaha. Such a beautiful verse. I'll translate. Asangosi nirakaru vishwasakshi sukhi bhava. Simple translation. That I am not the label. We are not the labels given to us from the society. What are the labels we are given? We are a citizen of a particular country. We have a particular name. We have a particular race. We have a particular gender. We have to look behind that. When we were born, no labels were there. So the Master is saying, just become aware that as a being without any label. So when you don't have any label, so what happens? You experience you are a pure consciousness, unattached, infinite consciousness. That is the result of meditation. And that is what we say the freedom. From where we have started? We have started with the 3 questions. How Master answered the question? So he is answering how the freedom can be attained by meditation. So he is not saying that meditation needs to be practiced. He says, can you become aware here and now without any label? The moment we are aware of without any label, we enter into the infinite consciousness. We experience that permanent peace and happiness. Is it possible? Yes, it is always possible to a seeker. Am I a seeker? Seeker means it has a simple, pure intellect. It lives in the field of awareness. It is not attached to anything. Means, do I have a state of dispassion? At this moment, it will happen. So he says that, what he says? That if I am a seeker, then what happens? I live into the state of a dispassion. We all are seekers. Are you listening to me? Yes. Are you listening to your mind also? Yes. Then you are not a seeker. We have been listening to our mind day in, day out. So why you are listening to your mind? Somewhere deep inside, the mind is running after the objects outside. Why it is running outside after the objects? Because it has seen the pleasure, it has experienced the pleasure, and it says, okay, after the meditation, we will have a cup of tea. Even that thought is distracting. You are not with yourself. And we say, okay, this beard guy, I like him, I don't like him. It doesn't work. You have to look at your own mind. That is more important. That how your mind is responding and reacting to the things outside. Are you ready to leave that mind which is running outside on objects you like or dislike? It accumulates those impressions. Once that pattern is broken, we are already there. This is what the Master is saying. He says what he says in the 5th verse. He says, Asangosi nirakaro vishwasakshi sukhi bhava. So he also explains, but he also gives a definition of meditation. I am a witness of whatever is happening outside. First, in that state of the witness, I experience the infinite consciousness or the infinite space within me. I experience that I am formless. When we say mindfulness is a state of no mind, but I have a form. So form is caused by the body. So ask yourself, are you the body or you possess the body? Is the body instrument of you, like the car is an instrument of you, or you are the car? You live in a house, it doesn't mean that you are the house. What it only needs an awareness here and now. When I live into that awareness, I experience that I am formless. This is what the Master is saying. We talk a lot about research into the consciousness nowadays. Problem of consciousness. That is the biggest challenge before the scientist. And look at this Master who has written in such a simple language to understand this consciousness 3,000 years back. Vishwasakshi nirakaro asangosi. So he is saying that here and now realize that we are none of the labels. Labels comes from the form. Form means the body. I am not the body. If I am not the body, I am not the man, the woman, father and the mother, the employer. It belongs to the body. But I am different from the body. I live into that state of awareness. I am a witness of the body. Witness of the body and the mind cannot be the body and the mind. This is what Master is saying. He says, need not to practice anything. You need not to practice anything. Asangosi, I like this verse to repeat it again. Asangosi, unattached. Unattached. We normally say, I'm so much attached to my honey or my friend or whatever it is. Can you remain stick with a glue to anyone? It is a mental attachment. The mind is attached to something. So when we examine how the mind is attached, it is only attached because it is seeking pleasure from that object. So what it takes to drop that attachment? I simply become aware. I start looking inside. Attachment is dropped. But it only happens to the seeker who is a qualified seeker. Asangosi nirakaro vishwasakshi sukhi bhava. There is another way to understand, and then we will start our journey. So, what he says, unattached. Why we need to be unattached? That needs to be understood. Master's first question is, what is that first question? First question is, dispassion needs to be attained. You see that we wake up in the morning, mind becomes aware of the body without awareness, or I would say habitually, the mind claims, I am the body. That is the first level of attachment. It comes by default. I am the body. For all the practical purposes, we say that I am the body. I am the body. Where are you sitting? I am sitting at my home. What is the reference point? Body. See that? But am I the body? Answer is no. So that keeps going on in my mind. I am the body. So that is what is in our Eastern wisdom. We say it is It is false self. So once that false self is there in my mind, that leads to the secondary self. And what is the secondary self? First, I am the body. Then I am the husband and the son, the daughter, the employee, the employer. Then only I am the secondary self. I cannot have any label outside of relationship if I am not the body. Do you see that point? But then the mind forgets. I own a car. We all possess a car. Is car me? Then ask yourself, I'm not a car. Then how can I be body? I'm not the body. Body is an instrument. Can I live in this body? Take care, do everything with this body. But body as an instrument, like a car, like a phone. Then what is left? Then who is me? Then when I go deeper, then I find myself that I am the pure consciousness. This is what the Master is saying. I am the pure consciousness. Does the consciousness has any shape in the size? Any form? Any color? No. Then the Master says, I am the witness. I am the witness of this entire world. I am also the witness of becoming a father, becoming a husband, becoming a son, becoming an employer. That is all. So I continue to play my role deeper inside. I live into that infinite consciousness, happiness, love, and wisdom. Can we enter into that state? Let us see. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Beautiful Terry. Your body is still. Close your eyes gently. Make your body get into any position of the body. Sitting, lying down, standing. Why? Meditation is a state of consciousness. It has nothing to do with the instrument which is body. See that? That is why I always say, sit in any posture, lie down, whatever the position is comfortable. You are looking at the body. You are feeling. You are aware of the body. Very good. You are aware of the body. You are aware of the body. And now looking deep inside the head or the heart. Where you are looking? Deep inside the head or the heart. What is there you find? You find the space or darkness or emptiness. Is your mind ready to maintain awareness of the space and the darkness? I was talking about if you are a seeker, this session will be the first and the last session. Awakening takes place. Provided you are a seeker, you are looking inside, into the space. Can the mind remain inward moving? In order to do that, we being comfortable, looking at the neck joint. Mind is looking at the neck joint, feeling the sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. You are not doing anything in a way, but you are doing something. So because I like to follow the way the Master teaches, and on that basis, the practice, so-called the non-practice is here. So just looking at the shoulder joint, who is looking? The mind. How it is looking through awareness. What happens the moment you look, you feel. So just experience whatever is happening. Experience sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. In a way, we are not doing anything. Continue the entire journey. If we have done anything, tell me after the session when we share the experiences. But the mind is bent upon doing something that needs to be understood, makes you a seeker. Move the mind on the hip joint. Just be there. Did I ask you to do something? No. You are aware, you feel, you experience sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. The entire body from the top of the head to the toes. Feel the sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. Moving to the next step is being carefree. Being carefree means what? Who cares us? Nobody outside cares. Only our mind cares by thoughts, by ideas, by wrong notions. That is why the mind continues to have these thoughts. What should I do? Be carefree. Means what? You see, these thoughts are different from you, separate from you. That is the meaning of being carefree. You simply see it. You simply know it. Oh, no, I don't understand. Let us understand little in a different way. There are ripples in the water on the surface in an ocean, but deep inside the ocean, there is no ripple, there is no movement, the water is calm. It is the same water on the surface, it is the same water deep inside. Inside it is calm. So you see there are two separate, water is the same, but two different states. So the mind behind the thought is always calm. The mind with the thoughts is always disturbed. So are we controlling the thought? No, we simply see the thoughts are separate from me. Like we stand across a road watching the traffic. You don't enter in the middle of the traffic to watch it. See that? So you don't create any other thought. You are simply aware. You are watching. You are a witness. That is what this master is talking about. I am a witness. Formless. What a beauty of this teaching. So you are carefree. And now you are casual. What is being casual? You use this word. No, I'm casual. So there is two things, carelessness and carefulness. See that? You are aware and the mind is not doing anything. That is being casual. With eyes closed, living within, mind is facing within. You are comfortable, you are carefree, you are casual. When the mind is not running after, when the mind is not running after any object of the world for the sake of pleasure, in that moment, when the mind starts moving inside, it enters into the state of stillness. Eyes remain closed, the body naturally becomes steady. And if the mind is going somewhere, I'm not in the meditation. Nothing will happen. Then we start blaming and complaining. So let us move to the stage 2. There is no stages of meditation. It's all about understanding. So move the mind on the head and the neck. The mind is looking the head and the neck. Mind is aware of the head and the neck. Means the mind is there. The moment the mind is very close in the field of awareness on the head and the neck, we experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. You don't experience no issues. Just know that the mind is outside. Let us repeat it on the right arm. The mind is looking at the right arm from the shoulder to the fingertips. The mind. When I say move the mind on the right arm, many people move the right arm to the mind. That is not possible. That means what? That is what I examine and check. The mind moves on the right arm. Be there, you feel the sensation, relaxation and stillness. Move the mind on the left leg. Be there, where? The mind is simply aware of the left arm. In that awareness you experience sensation, relaxation and stillness. Mind is looking at the rib cage. Looking, awareness, feeling, all are synonyms. But the mind is habituated with the world to be used differently. So I'm using them together. Move the mind on the rib cage, or become aware of the rib cage, or feel the rib cage. Be there. Experience sensation, relaxation and stillness. You only feel because you are aware. If you are sleeping and I say become aware of the body, no, not possible. Waking state, we are aware, but in the waking state also we daydreaming. The mind remains obsessed with the thought. That person cannot succeed. Move the mind on the belly. I'm pointing you out in the middle what this master is teaching. Become aware of the belly. Experience the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the right leg. Simply move the mind on the right leg. So when I say this, does it mean that your mind is not there on the right leg before? No. You see, sometimes our expression points out something. So move the mind on the right leg. When the mind is aware of the right leg, you experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the left leg. Mind is looking on the left leg. Feel the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The entire body. Do you see the space inside? Yes, the emptiness inside. Yes, the blankness inside. Yes. Okay, look at the breath that is going in and out, feeling the sensation. Do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath, and continue to see and be aware of the space behind the breath. Do I see the birds flying? Where? In the sky, in the space. If the space is not there, forget about I can see the birds are flying. See that? So with that simile, breath is going in and out? Yes. You feel the sensation? Yes. Do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath, because if you change it means you have started doing something. Then become aware of the space behind the breath, movement of the breath. See what happens. We're not doing anything. I've been telling you, on Saturday's session we have practice, which is a non-practice. On Mondays and Thursdays we follow another master and his teaching, who explains there is a method. But every master speaks of the same thing. So we will go deeper. Every master said objectless state of the mind is mindfulness. We say nothingness, we say emptiness. Let us explore what is this nothingness. Being aware. Mind, eyes remain closed, the body remains steady. You are into the state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness. And in that state, become aware of the world outside, just outside your body. The room, the people, the items, the objects, the other things. Who is watching this? The mind. Which mind? The physical mind. What is the physical mind? Mind that connects with the sense organs, observes, feels, sees, watches items in the world outside. You see, the mind does not attach to all these sense organs. It cannot recognize who is my honey, who is not, who is a stranger, who is a friend. It is the physical mind. Depends heavily on the sense organs. We are just aware. And now look at your own body from the top of the head to the toes. What is our goal? Objectless state of the mind. Let us see whether we discover it or not, and that too without doing anything. So become aware of the body from the top of the head to the toes. The mind says body is alive. See that? Is it a wrong notion or right notion? According to the teaching, the master says it is a wrong notion. How the body can be alive? Body is made up of element, matter. But we are aware. We simply recognize body is physical body is essentially composed of carbohydrate, protein, fat, minerals. What are they? They are elements. What are the elements? Matter. Does the matter have a consciousness? No. Okay. So the body borrows the consciousness from the mind. Like the iron ball, you heat it, it becomes red. Is the redness in the heat is the property of an iron? No, but I feel hot. I feel red. This is what happens to the body. We need simple intellect. We don't need IQ. Let us go deeper. Now look at the breath. The breath is going in and out. Now the mind does not need the sense organ. It is the subtle mind. The subtle mind knows without the senses. It knows the breath is going in and out. But now the mind is subtle. See that? Now the mind is subtle. Good. Let us see deeper than the breath. What is deeper than the breath? Deeper than the breaths, our experience are the thoughts, feeling, and experiences. So who is looking at those thought, feeling, and the sensations? It is the subtler mind. Our goal is, in this step, is to discover. Don't create. Is there anything which we say objectless state of the mind? That is what we are discovering. But deeper than the breath, we find thoughts, feelings, sensation, images pop up in the mind. They come and go. They appear and disappear. No problem. It is the subtler mind. You see, that subtler mind wants to see the objects of the world cannot be seen. Why? It has to take the help of the sense organ, but now the subtler mind is free from the sense organ. It is aware of the thought, feeling, sensations, my friends. Okay, ask the mind to go deeper than these thought, feeling, and the sensations. And your mind says, I am helpless. I cannot see anything. Okay, you do see nothing? Remain there. You see nothing, no object? Is it an objectless state? Yes. What you did to reach to that objectless state? Nothing. This is what the Master is teaching. Master says you don't need any practice to do it. Are you aware? See that. It appears as a step, but we did nothing. I see that objectlessness in the mind is always there, because it has a tendency to run after the world of objects, people, things. That is why we experience, no, I cannot control my... Why you need to control the thought? Objectless state is always there. Ask the space. If you ask the space will say, I'm always empty. That is the nature of the mind. When we are aware of the objectless state of the mind, it is choiceless awareness. In that state of choiceless awareness, the mind does not pick up anything which may become the object of the mind. Why it is not picking up? It is living in the state of dispassion. The Master, the seeker, asked the big question, how the dispassion is attained. So he is really a seeker. He knows. He understands. You are looking at the space inside, which is objectless. You pick up a point in the space. Just say it is the first point. Move the mind from the first point to a deeper and deeper. The mind says, I find only the space, emptiness, no worries. So you pick up the second point in the space, which is deeper than the first. How simple. Okay. So you found out, yes, you experienced the objectless state, yes. Go deeper, take the mind deeper. This is the second point in the space, so let me move the mind deeper. I find only the space. No worries. Pick up a point in that space. We are not doing anything. We are simply aware. But our awareness continues to discover deeper and deeper. Then from the third point, go deeper. Continue to go deeper. Space is there, it is the same point in the space. What will happen when the mind is totally detached from the world outside? Naturally, that point becomes the infinite space. No more going inside. Inside and outside becomes one. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Excuse me. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand. Bring your awareness on the left hand. Feel the change. And lift your both the palms. Place it on your closed eyes. Open the eyes inside. And experience the change. Bring the hands down. We will share our experiences, and if you have any questions, we'll take up that questions in the end. How are you, Sameer?
Sir, in the beginning there were 4-5 minutes the thoughts were there, and after that they all disappeared.
They all
As soon
disappear.
as I start witnessing the body,
Good.
and after that just I was in a flow and just going with you and listening to you like Ramayana art.
Good. So deeper, you are becoming a seeker. That's good. How are you, Ashok?
It was better today and more focused and more relaxed and listen your voice carefully, much better than before.
Much better.
Thank you.
Yeah, we progress day after day. Can I eat? Can I eat once and then I stop eating? Not possible. Same way the meditation. We need to be regular, persistent, committed. Then only we succeed. Normally, Yeah, so how are you, Terry? In the meantime, how are you, Vaibhav?
So it was very peaceful. Like when I started, there was some dryness in my throat, but awareing to that, the space, I totally forgot it, and then it was very peaceful inside.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Continue the journey. Terry, can you chant Om Shanti 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 first?
Chant right now?
Yeah, like me,
Huh?
like me.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Shanti, yes. Do it 24/7. What is your experience?
I didn't want to come back.
You don't want to come back. Beautiful. I could see the body was totally still and the mind was looking. If that is possible today, it should be possible all the time. And why it is not possible? Because the mind is obsessed with the body. Obviously, I can understand because of the challenges you have, but that you have to keep your mind into that state of awareness, the one you kept it today. You see that? It is possible. If it is possible today, it is possible all the time. Then what will happen? Your problem. We don't manage the problem, we transcend the problem.
Okay.
Good. How are you, David, Jerry, and your friend? I forgot her name.
It's Karen.
Karen, yes, Karen.
It was good. Very focused. Just focused, quiet, peaceful practice. The mind really likes going in and staying there. I didn't have any problem with any distractions at all.
Yeah, it's beautiful because the Mondays and Thursdays practices are making the mind clear. And this practice helps you to go deeper. How are you, Karen?
I'm good. Thank you so much for letting me visit. It's beautiful. Very nice to see you.
You are beautiful, or I am, or practice of meditation is beautiful. What is beautiful?
Well, you're beautiful, but so is the practice of meditation.
Oh, thank you. Only I have beer. Thank you. How are you, David?
Very good. I really thoroughly enjoyed the Saturday session. It's very unique. Lots of thoughts, but no attachment to them.
Beautiful.
But at the end, it was just, I don't know where I was, but I didn't get attached to the thoughts, and I didn't get attached to trying to ignore the thoughts and just let them come and go as they wish.
Beautiful.
So it was wonderful. Thank you.
Beautiful. It's a deeper practice. Once we recognize, you see that once we are not attached to anything outside, it does not mean that we are not using. No, where is your car now? Are you attached to it? No. You possess the car, but you are not attached to it. Similarly, you use the body, but not attached to it. So when I'm not attached, then what is happening in the mind? Nothing is happening. 24/7, the mind is cool, calm, happy, joyful. Sometimes people find that to be totally detached means that I stop doing what I'm doing outside. The answer is no. So, how are you, Pushkar?
So today's meditation is better.
Better? Good.
Yes.
Good, relaxed and calm. So, how are you, Shobha?
Fine, sir. Sir, feeling relaxed.
Relaxed.
Feeling the space and pain relief.
Pain relief.
And yeah.
So
and,
I am a pain reliever also. Good.
Yeah, sir, you are.
So very good.
And feeling the space in my body.
Space in the body.
And exactly. Totally space and body. I feel the body separate from the space.
From the space. Good. That's a deeper. Let me know if you have any question. No question? So you all are enlightened. Thank you today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Nice to meet all the enlightened people.
Thank you.
Thank you.